Good morning, Tina O here from Tina O Life. Welcome back to the call. This is the call number 3. It's a bit dark this morning if you've been watching my other videos, but usually I come out here a bit later in the day, but I'm just having a bit of a morning. Where I really need to be right now is right here. So I am. I think I might even have my phone on the wrong setting, but so it is. Good morning, Tina O here. So this series called The Call is about helping you remember and give yourself permission to follow the call that I'm just a little bit. Oh, wait, connection available. Okay, we're back. Oh, hold on, my dog. This is what's going on. Hold on. What did he get? What did he get? That's what is going on for me this morning. I am having dog issues. I'm actually having single mom issues. I'm actually having issues where the effort of the morning is kind of weighing me down. That's what's happening. So back to the call, which really I can connect the dots here because the focus of today's story, and that's what we're doing in this series, is I'm sharing stories about I came to this place to recognize what the call is for me, and that there is one. And there's a sequence of events where things are out of alignment. They're off, like these moments of just like friction, and it's in those moments of friction that we feel the offness, right? Then there are these moments of ease where it's so right, and it's not just because the world is easier and you have more you have more love in your life, more money in your bank, more happy people around you, less stress. It's not that it's easy like that. It's easy simply because you're on the path that is yours. And this morning, the focus of the story is when the unexplainable happens for you and everybody else can see it, but you can't see it. Because part of tracing the call inside of you, the skills inside of you, the unexplainable skills you came into the world with. Yesterday, if you were listening, I was talking about that pointy part of the star, how you are so magnificent. You are the pointiest part of the star. And in that pointiest part, often we can carry a little bit of shame about it because we're so seen. We are so magnificent in it. And everybody else might just see it and call it out, right? And yesterday I was talking about my own story of that connection, that connective tissue that I have between me and people, and seeing and feeling their hearts, right? And having an emotional response to it. And yesterday's talk was all about that little bit too much, right? And the talk before that, we were talking about finding home, peace. And for me, home is that leaning into what's peaceful. So as we track the call inside you, there are all these clues. You are the great mystery of your life, but there are clues that tell you and show you and are always waiting for you, the story inside of you that is waiting for you to say, oh my gosh, she heard me. Oh my gosh, look at that. She caught that clue this time. This time she caught it. And one of the clues, the clue for you today, is to track the unexplainable skill that you have for something. And for me, the first time I remember this happening, I was actually in a workshop, and it was a self-expression workshop, and everybody goes up and takes their turn, and I went up and I took my turn, and in 2 minutes, might have been 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes if I remember correctly. Anyway, whatever it was fast. what came out of my mouth was completely not guided or coached by the person in the workshop. I just got up and did the whole thing, like took my whole turn, beginning, middle, end. And I was telling a story in the moment of what was up for me in that time. And I was emotionally engaged, and I was beginning, middle, end. And I remember at the end of it, and Dave McPherson, if you're listening, you were in that workshop. I remember Paula Shaw looking at me at the end, and she kind of, because I had bent over and I came up and I looked out. She's like, I've never seen that before. That's one of your clues, hey? When people say to you, how do you do that? I've never seen that before. She says, I've never seen that before. I've never had anyone on the Friday night take their turn and do the whole turn without any prodding, and doesn't need any prodding, beginning, middle, end. The skill that I couldn't name at that time, and it happened over, as you heard yesterday, you will start to notice a pattern of this unexplainable skill that you have show up again and again and again. The skill that I have is the story tracking of beginning, middle, end. When I'm in the middle of a story, whether I'm telling it, whether I'm living it, whether I'm engaging with it in somebody else, I can feel beginning, middle, end in it. As a story coach, boy, is that ever a good thing to have, right? I can read text super fast, and I won't actually remember what I'm reading, but I can track beginning, middle, end, story arc, beginning, middle, end, conflict, climax, release, right? I feel that. I feel it in my body. I remember I ran into Cheryl Lee Fast, a film producer, in a waiting area at BC Film, I think, Films with Cindy Mason. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the fish girl. And we got into a conversation about story structure and how I've never been to film school and I didn't do this and blah, 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 blah. And I remember her saying to me, she's like, yeah, well, you know that innately. You've got that. Whatever that is, you've got that already. And that was the second time someone had said that to me. Now, of course, as my work plays out and I follow that story, again, going back to the beginning of this conversation, you have an unexplainable when you're off, because you'll feel that friction. When things are easy for you, when the story is, or for me, it's when the story, for you might be something else, but when that skill of yours is on track, it moves like it glides through the grass, right? Like the sun is just rising. There's no friction of the sun coming up inside of you. Your skill happens whether you are trying or not. It is almost like a voice you have in your head that talks to you before you hear it. And as you get closer and more accepting of the call inside of you and start to walk those skills on purpose, as that skill is speaking to you, you will hear it at the same time and follow it at the same time. So this morning in the series of the call, as you listen for the call inside of you, I invite you to notice the unexplainable. The unexplainable ease that you've always had, and it shows up in this really funky way, and other people can see it. So listen, what have other people always said to you? And when they've said them, did you feel that breath, did you have an intake of breath? Even if it wasn't big like what I just did, like pronounced, but you can feel it. That's the call inside of you saying, yes, listen, that thing she just said to you, that's what I'm trying to say to you. I'm Tina O from Tina O Life, and this is my series called The Call. Each of us has a call inside of us. It doesn't have to be a profound doing, change the world. It might be. It might be as simple as being. You might have a call inside of you to be with people. You might have a call inside to you to be with the ocean, or you might be a doer, you might be a beer, you might be an expresser. I have no idea. Only you know. But I want you to know that the very fact that you are here on this planet breathing air with me right now means that you are called. You don't have to show up and prove to the world that you're called. You simply are. I'm Tina O from Tina O Life. you can reach me here. Have a great, great day.